CSIRO researchers have developed a set of sensitive methods for detecting SARS-CoV-2 genetic fragments in wastewater. An important aspect of wastewater surveillance is the ability to rapidly and cost-effectively gather data from a large population of thousands of individuals with enough potential sensitivity to detect a small number of infected individuals contributing SARS-CoV-2 RNA into the local wastewater systems. This pooling concept can be particularly important for regions with low clinical COVID-19 testing rates, minimal resources, or no known cases. We receive up to 100 wastewater samples per week from 45 wastewater treatment plants across Queensland. Delivery of samples is managed by our collaborators from University of Queensland, whereby a documented chain of custody form is recorded, signed and logged to track movement of every wastewater sample. Our lab has the capability to process up to 200 samples per week. The sample analysis process is complex and involves many steps and specialized instruments. SARS-CoV-2 are typically dilute in wastewater, considering the small number of cases in Queensland. So detecting this virus requires a concentration step. This step is very crucial for trace detections. We have refined several virus concentration methods to achieve the best results. We use these methods based on the sample type, volume, sensitivity required, and urgency of test results. After virus concentration, we extract RNA, which is a small genetic fragment of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. This fragment is not infectious. We extract RNA either manually or using robots when the sample number is high. After RNA extraction, we check the quality and integrity of RNA and make sure it's suitable for downstream RT-PCR analysis. We also use a molecular process control and a sample process control to determine recovery and PCR inhibition. We then set up RT-PCR with specific reagents, 2 sets of primers, and a probe to amplify the desired fragments of SARS-CoV-2. We use RT-qPCR to detect or quantify the number of SARS-CoV-2 genetic fragments in wastewater samples using CDC N1 and N2 assays with up to 6 RT-PCR replicates. The assays are very specific to SARS-CoV-2 and do not produce any false positive results. We use quantitative PCR platform which amplifies many billion copies of genetic fragments and generate amplification curves. We are also using digital PCR, which is more sensitive than conventional qPCR and performs well for trace detections. It has 28,000 nanowells and can detect a single gene fragment of SARS-CoV-2 RNA. Once the RT-qPCR run is completed, critical analysis of results take place, where samples are cross-checked alongside all quality controls to verify the run and then reported to Queensland Health. This is one of CSIRO's responses to the management of the current pandemic.